Hello everyone, ATR here, and welcome back to the Hearthstone Beta. So it's been a while actually. Uh, Videos you've probably seen are simply me opening packs. I did a lot of arena runs. As you can tell here, we got 90 wins in the arena, and the best key is the Frostborn key, which is about 10 wins, I think. So it was pretty good. I've actually done pretty horribly after that, so I'll just, say that was my best ever. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the arena. Changes have been made in the recent patch, but unless the cards come up, I guess we won't talk about it. So let's go ahead and purchase a pack. And what do we got? We got Rogue, Warrior, and Paladin. I don't think I actually showed you guys a run with the Rogue. I have done a run with every single class up to this point, but I don't think I showed you that. Let's see. What was the last one? Priest? And then, what was the other one? Yeah, I think it was Priest, the last one I showed you guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, so what the hell? Let's go for a rogue. See how we do with this. Hero power, 1/2 dagger. There we go. Going all out. So start off with an Abomination, a Questing Adventurer, and a Master of Disguise. All pretty good cards. I like the Master of Disguise. It's 4/4 for 4, and it gives a friendly minion stealth, which is really nice. But I'm not entirely sure I want it. Because, well, the other cards are also very nice. Abomination, a 4/4 for 5, but it has Taunt and a Death Rattle that is deal 2 damage to all characters, so it's a nice wipe there if needed. And then we have the Questing Adventurer, which is also amazing. It's a 2/2 for 3, but it gains 1/1 every time you play a card. And with rogues, you're usually playing a lot of cards because the strength in your cards usually relies on their combos. So because of that, I'm going to take the Questing Adventure, which is always a solid card. I mean, I wanted to take this, but we might be getting some other taunts, so it's the first card, so let's just go with a solid one. There we go. Spiteful Smith, Assassinate, and Darkscale Healer. These two are pretty good. Assassinate is very solid. It's a 5-cost, destroy an enemy minion, so removal. Doesn't matter what it is, which is really nice. But this one is also pretty good for a rogue. It's Enrage, gives your weapon +2 attack, and as a rogue you can always have a weapon out, which would make it a 3 damage weapon, which is nice. Only thing is I can't reliably enrage it or keep it alive. So because of that, and because there's the Assassinate is really nice, we're just going to take the Assassinate this time. Assassin's Blade, that's very solid card. 3/4 dagger, I mean that's amazing for 5 cost. Frostwolf Warlord, very nice card, but since we can't reliably have a lot of guys on our field, we can't really make sure that we can trigger it with a powerful, stat. And the Voodoo Doctor is a 2/1 for 1 with restore 2 health. It's okay, but yeah, Assassin's Blade. Let's see here. Dark Iron Dwarf, Mogushan Warden, and Conceal. I don't really like Conceal. It's an interesting card. It says give your minions stealth until your next turn. Stealth doesn't really guarantee that they won't die. Any type of AoE will still hit them, so like a Flame Strike and things like that. They'll still probably hit and kill your guys. And I don't see much of a point in using this unless you're, I guess in Constructed and you have a specific set of cards that you want out for a combo, like, I don't know, Knife Jugglers and things like that you don't want them dying. But, I think I'll pass on that. Dark Iron Dwarf is really solid, 4/4 for 4 that gives a minion +2 attack, but we also have a Mogushan Warden 1/7, which is not great. And simply because it's not great and I prefer other taunters, I think I'm going to go with the Dark Iron Dwarf. Yeah. Magma Rager, pretty crappy. Bloodfin Rapper, it's a solid 3/2 for 2. That's okay, but there's a lot of better other cards that are better. And then we have the Amani Berserker, a 2/3 with a 3 Enrage. So yeah, we'll take the Amani Berserker. Might be able to get it to work. Deadly Poison, Cold Blood, and Argent Squire, all grade 1 cost drops. Argent Squire, pretty solid 1 cost creature. So 1/1 with Divine Shield, meaning takes 2 hits at the very minimum. Then we got Cold Blood, which is give minion +2 attack, combo +4 attack instead. Very, very strong for a 1 cost. Combo simply means that you have to have played a card previously. So You play a card, and then you just play this card, and any other cards after that that have a combo will still have its effect. So it just requires you play a card before that. So essentially, this costs you a little bit more than one if you want to get the full advantage of it. And then you got Deadly Poison, which is give your weapon +2 attack. Now, in this case, even though I like Cold Blood and this, I'm going to take this because I already have the Assassin's Blade, and tossing this on top of that one, that makes it a 5 damage weapon with 4 charges, which is very, very strong. So we're going to make sure that we at least have that, and we have another Assassin's Blade, which I think I want to take. Shiv is also really nice. It's card draw. It's deal 1 damage and draw a card. Also a nice opener for combos, but Assassin's Blade is just too good. We're going to take that. Another Assassinator, a Stranglethorn Tiger, and a Gnomish Avenger. I don't feel that great about, skipping the card draw right now, but Assassinate is just too good, so we're just going to take that. Here we go. Shattered Sun Cleric, Silverhand Knight, and Defias Ringleader. Defias Ringleader is a 2/2 for 2, but if you combo it, it summons a 2/1, which is pretty common on the rogues, especially very good if you go turn 2 with the coin. The coin actually triggers the combo, and you can summon 2 guys at the very start of the game. Silverhand Knight, pretty solid, way better than this, but it's a 5 cost, so, And the Shattered Sun Cleric is pretty good, but I think we're going to take that Ringleader for now. Headcrack. Headcrack is very solid. It's a deal 2 damage to the enemy hero, and if you combo it, it returns this to your hand the next turn. So if you're always comboing this, you always have a Headcrack and can be constantly dealing 2 damage to the enemy hero. Injured Blade Master is a pretty solid card. It's a 4/7 for 3, but it deals 4 damage to himself as it comes out, so it's essentially a 4/3. It is very useful as a priest, or, well, a shaman would also work, I suppose. Anything that can heal him up and start gaining back the health makes it a decently solid card. Bloodsail Corsair, remove 1 durability from your opponent's weapon. This is a pretty bleh. I mean, it's conditionally useful, like for me, if you remove 1 durability, if you remove the last durability from my blade, that kind of sucks. But, I mean, a 1/2 for 2, I suppose it's okay, considering that it stays alive a little bit better than other 1-drop costs things, but, meh. So, in this situation, we're just going to take that Headcrack. It's pretty solid, and if we can combo it, it's always a card in our hands. And here we go, Stormwind Knight, Frostwolf Grunt, and Gurubashi Berserker. I do like the Gurubashi Berserker, but since we don't have any reliable way of triggering it or healing it, I don't think I like this. I mean, if you take it on a mage, you can hit it yourself for 1 damage and enrage it. If you have it on a warrior, you can use all your enrage buffs to trigger it. And if you're using it on a mage, you can reliably heal it while still taking damage with it, attacking and enraging it that way. And it doesn't lose its enrage because it's not, well, it's Berserking ability, not Enrage, but yeah, for the rogue, I'm not going to take it. I am actually going to take the Stormwind Knight. It's pretty low damage for a 4 cost, but it does have 5 health, meaning that it usually survives, so it trades kind of decently, so I'm going to take that because a 2/2 taunt for 2 is just bleh. I'll take that. Another Assassinate, a Backstab, and a Worgen Infiltrator. Now, I like the Worgen Infiltrator, pretty solid. It's 1 cost stealth drop, hitting for 2. Assassinate, we already have 2, so I think I'm going to skip it for now. And we get a Backstab. Backstab is also very solid. It's dealing 2 damage directly. Costs you nothing, but it has to be a non-damaged minion, so you can't use it as a finisher, but it's also a very nice opener for combos. Do we actually have any combos aside from the Defias Ringleader? We have the Headcrack, which I guess is okay, and that's it. So we gotta keep an eye out for those. But in this situation, yeah, I'm just gonna take that Backstab just to have that in the hand. Eviscerate, here we go, very nice. Deals 2 damage for 2, but if you combo it, it deals 4 damage instead. So very nice. You can Backstab and then combo it for this for 4. Very nice. Spell damage, pretty strong for rogues, but well, we don't have an Eviscerate yet. And the Mad Bomber, I love it, but it's yeah, it's going up against an Eviscerate, which is gonna win out. Youthful Brewmaster, another Eviscerate, and a Deadly Poison. Ooh, very tough choices. I am a very, very big fan of the Brewmaster because of the ability to bring a creature back and potentially reuse its battle cry, like say the Dark Iron Dwarf. You bring it out, buff a minion. Maybe next turn you use it to attack something and it lives. You throw in the Youthful Brewmaster, take it out of the battlefield, and then you pop it back in and give another minion +2 attack. So, that's kind of nice. Or the Stormwind Knight, it charges in, hits something, gets called back and then charges back in. I mean, that would be a 10 cost turn, but, you know, things like that. That's why I like it, but another Deadly Poison would always work. An Eviscerate as well would work just as great, but I think I'm going to take the Deadly Poison because we can always use a Deadly Poison, even just tossing it on our weapon. Gotta start thinking about taunts and card draws, so because of that, we're actually going to take the Mogushan Warden this time. Scarlet Crusader is pretty solid, 3-1 for 3, but with a Divine Shield, making it tough to take down, and it can attack very strongly with that 3. The Boar, it's a 1-1 with charge, bleh. So we're going to take this guy just to have some taunts. Another Eviscerate, another Backstab, and a Betrayal. Ooh, Betrayal is pretty nice. It's conditionally nice, obviously, but it can work very well. It says an enemy minion deals its damage to the minions next to it. So, you know, if he has 3 guys on the field, you just use Betrayal on the guy in the center, and he deals whatever damage he has to the minions to the side of him. Obviously, you know, if there's a, you know, I don't know, a shield bearer in the center with 0-4, well, it's not going to do anything, so that's why it's conditionally good, but I think I'm going to take it just to have some additional stuff. I mean, I would like to stack the Eviscerates or the Backstab, but yeah, we don't have a Betrayal, so let's take the Betrayal. River Crocodile, Stormwind Knight, and a Murloc Tidehunter. The Murloc Tidehunter is an okay 2-coster. 2-1, some would say 1-1, but I mean, the Defias Ringleader is already way better than that. I mean, you can see right there, it's a 2-2, which is already better than that, and it summons a 2-1, which is, you know, better than the 1-1, so obviously it requires the combo, but, you know, it's still just flat out better if you can trigger it. So, I think we're going to take another Stormwind Knight. Kind of weird to have 2 of those on the deck, but, you know, why not? Direwolf Alpha, it's pretty solid, but it's going up against the Cold Blood, and the Nightblade is a 4-4 for 5, which is horrible, and it just deals 3 damage straight to the enemy hero, which, I mean, I don't really see much of a use to in this situation, so let's take that Cold Blood for combo. Dark Iron Dwarf, Mighty Berserker, and a Scarlet Crusader. Do we take a second Dwarf, or do we add a Crusader? I think we might add a Crusader just to have, you know, more 3-drops. We can see our curve here is kind of weird, so yeah, we'll take the Scarlet Crusader. Ooh, legendaries, very nice. Leroy, Gruul, and the Beast. I think we're going to take Gruul, but let's go through them. So the Beast, it's a 9-7 for 6, which is amazingly strong. But the death rattle for it is summon a 3-3 Finkel Einhorn for your opponent, which is essentially, you know, when it dies, it gives your opponent a minion, which is kind of bad. So if you can silence it yourself or something like that, I guess it's okay, but it's, you know, it's risky. It's not as strong as when you summon, but, you know, you have to keep that in mind. Gruul is an 8-cost 7/7, but at the end of each turn, it gains +1/+1. So it essentially is going to be it's an 8/8, you know, as soon as it comes out. You would have to play it with, you know, I don't know, Warrior that can give it charge so that the 7/7 actually, you know, comes into play at any point early on. But yeah, I mean, it's an 8/8 for 8, which is solid, but it keeps, you know, getting strong every turn if it doesn't get killed. That's why I'm thinking of taking that one. You know, very prone to be removed by anything, but, you know, still, everything is. And then we have Leroy Jenkins, which is a 6-2 for 4 with charge, but it summons 2 1/1 whelps for your opponent, which means that unless there's a taunt wall that you have, it's going to get killed next turn, and it essentially deals the damage of a fireball. So, kind of works like a fireball, essentially, because it dies so quickly. So, yeah, we just want some heavy hitters. We don't have any. We're going to take that Gruul. Mad Bomber, Deadly Poison, Jungle Panther. I do like the Jungle Panther. It's a 4-2 with Stealth for 3, which is very solid. But we are getting another Deadly Poison, and I think I want to take that Deadly Poison. Might be wrong because we don't have, you know, heals, but I just like it too much. Another Worgen Infiltrator, but we're also getting a Fairy Dragon, and Fairy Dragon is just a solid card because it's a 3-2 for 2, but it can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, meaning that mages can remove it with their hero powers and such, so it just stays on the field like so long if you manage it properly, so we're gonna take that. It's a very useful card. Another Betrayal, a Direwolf Alpha, or a Frost Elemental. Frost Elemental, 5/5 for 6, which is pretty lame, but it does freeze a character when it comes out, which kind of works. Direwolf Alpha, it's 2/2 for 2, but it buffs anything besides it. But so far, I don't think we have that many things to buff. I mean, we're actually kind of low on the amount of creatures. We have a lot of spells and removal and weapons and such, so I don't know. I guess we're going to take even more. Another Betrayal is just going to, you know, make it harder for them to have stuff on the field. Abusive Sergeant, Gurubachi Berserker, and another Mogushan Warden. Let's keep those taunts up. Get another Mogushan. Shadow Step is pretty nice. It works very well with the Defias Ringleader. It's a 0 cost. Return a friendly minion to your hand, and it costs 2 less. So you toss out the, say in turn 1, if you get the combo, and you're going 2, you drop your coin, you put out a Defias Ringleader, it summons its 2/1 recruit, then you Shadow Step the Defias Ringleader back to your hand, and it costs you 0, so you put it back out, and it summons another 2/1 recruit, so you have 3 creatures on the field in turn 1. Obviously, you burn all your cards doing that, which is kind of bad, and we need card draw here. We're going to have to get any type of card draw that we can, because we skipped the other one stupidly. But yeah, I mean, that's a move that you could do and have 3 guys on the field in turn 1, with each hitting for 2, so it's, kind of strong. But Cold Blood is very strong itself. That +4 can go a long way, so I think we're going to take that instead. We need to get ourselves some card draw. Goldshire Footman, 1/2 taunt. Lord of the Arena, 6/5 taunt. We don't have any 6 drops, so I guess we'll take that. Although we don't have any 1 cost drops, so I'm tempted to take this in fact. Because we only have Cold Bloods and Deadly Poisons, and that's it. The only 2 cost creatures we have is an Amani Berserker, Fairy Dragon, and the Defias Ringleader. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that just to have a little bit more early game. More War Golems, Boulder Fist Ogres, and Frost Elementals. The Ogre 6/7 for 6 is kind of nice. War Golem 7/7 for 7. I mean, going huge, like, is that what we're trying to do with this deck? Basically, remove everything that we can early on until we can get our big guys out on the field. Kind of looks like, right? We have 2 charges here. We have some Mogashan Wardens that can absorb a decent amount of hits. We do have some, small threats that we can throw out there, but did we go for the 6 or the 7? We don't have any 6 drops, so I guess we'll go for the 6, because we already have that big guy. So, yeah, might as well go for this slightly less big guy. So, there we go. And this might work. This is also nice, but how much can we use? We have a Backstab. We have an Eviscerate. We have a Head Crack. And that's it. Yeah, I don't think spell damage is really going to be needed for 3. And we already have some decent taunts. So, because of that, we're going to take the Earthen Ring Farseer, just so that it restores a little bit of health to us, and we have more, creatures that we can pop out. I would take the Booty Bay Bodyguard because it's a 5/4 taunt, but it's 4 health, which means it dies pretty quickly. It does hit, pretty hard though, but yeah, I think we'll take that Earthen Ring Farseer just to regain the health, because we are going to be losing some health by hitting stuff. In this case, we are going to have to take that Fan of Knives, even though Silverhand Knight is pretty strong, but we need some card draw, and this is the only one we have. We already have 3 Deadly Poisons, so yeah, let's take that Fan of Knives. And the last card is Cold Light Oracle. I think we're going to have to actually take that simply to be able to draw some cards ourselves. Ancient Mage, pretty weird. Would kind of help in this situation if we can get some, minions on the field, because it gives adjacent minions spell damage +1, but bleh. And the Light Warden, we can't really trigger it ourselves. It's whenever a character is healed, gain +2 attack. So it's kind of useless. So yeah, we are going to take that Oracle. It's a 2/2 for 3, which is crappy. It's a Murloc, which is also kind of bad in the arenas. But the battle cry is each player draws 2 cards. I do give him 2 cards, but I also give myself 2 cards, which I kind of need. I only have 1 card draw so far, which I screwed myself because I didn't take the card draw early on. So yeah, let's do that. There we go. Have ourselves a little deck. That mana curve isn't really that curvy, more of a plateau. We have 1/0 cost, and then everything is the same and starts dropping off in the late. So yeah, hopefully we can get our Goldshire Footmans out, and the Fairy Dragon is also a very strong opening, with the Defias Ringleader being a very nice turn 1 card if we can get, second. So yeah, I think we can get this to work. Do you guys think we can get it to work? Well, let's see if we can get it to work. I think I'm going to limit these episodes now to about half an hour, considering. So, let's not have them that long. Took us about 20 minutes to build the deck, so depending on how fast this first game goes, we might only go for 1 or 2. And here we go. So, we're the opponent. Sorry.
Valera versus Malfurion.
Malfurion Storm Rage. So the thing is that this guy, Druids pretty much have, I consider, a way better hero power than us. Deadly Poison, it's pretty nice early on. Helps us remove stuff that might come out. Goldshire Footman coming out very early is also great. And this, I don't think we need the Eviscerate at this point, so we're going to toss it back and hope to get something else. Earthen Ring Farseer, I guess we can get it to work early on. This is the only heal we have, so...
The pleasure is mine.
Greetings.
My greetings.
So we are just simply going to put out the Footman. Ooh, we get Gruul already. That's kind of crappy for us, but yeah, we're just simply going to put out the Goldshire Footman because we can. Not that we want to, but we can. He's probably just going to armor up and hit it. Although if he has a claw, he'll probably burn that to get rid of it completely. But yeah, I think that's fine early on. Next turn, we can actually get our weapon, and on top of that, use the poison if we needed to, but we don't actually need to, so we are just simply going to get the weapon and hit for 2, because, I mean, I could coin into Cold Blood and hit for 5 with this guy, but he just kills the next turn. Yeah, he takes another 5 damage, but I don't think that is actually a good play, so yeah. For the meantime, let's just simply hit him for 2. So next turn, he has to once again use his hero power to burn through the guy, which leaves me in a great spot, unless he brings out some 1-cost drop. Or maybe he goes for a 3-cost drop and just ignores my Footman. In which case, that might have actually be good for us. Okay, well, he has a Moonfire, meaning he can still remove it, and he's going to drop a 3-cost creature now. There we go. Thing is, we have our Deadly Poison, which means we can remove that, which is great for us. So, we are going to... how do we do this? Well, we're going to have to waste an attack on this, because I don't want to pop my Deadly Poison on the only remaining charge on the knife, so... yeah. We still don't have any 2-cost drop, even though we could maybe do this, but yeah, we're gonna pop our dagger again, give our weapon poison, and hit that thing for 3. There we go. So next turn, we can Earthen Ring Farseer ourselves, just to get, you know, a little bit healed up, get back to full. Not really necessary at this amount of health, but you know, it's not really gonna make much of a difference when we use it. I mean, we could use it to restore health to something else, but I consider my health a little bit more important, considering that I have no other means of healing myself. And with the weapon, I'm going to be hitting a lot of stuff, taking a lot of damage, so that's kind of why I got that guy. So next turn, we can probably just drop a Mogu'shan Warden. Although, considering we are probably... this is a nasty spot to be in. We don't have any removal. We can drop the Mogu'shan Warden and just hit him for 3. That doesn't actually do anything for us. If we hit him for 3, we get rid of the Knife Juggler, which is a pretty big threat. Take another 3 damage ourselves. Pop this. And use the coin to get another dagger. Yeah, I guess that's a reasonable thing to do. We already have another Deadly Poison available for a dagger, so yeah, that's an okay... I think that's an okay move, so let's go ahead and pop the Knife Juggler, because I don't want to leave it alive, because it just starts throwing knives all over the place. We restore health to ourselves, and we combo into Knife. There we go. It's a questionable thing to do, using the coin just simply to use the hero power there, but unless he uses a Swamp Ooze right now and kills my weapon, I think it's okay, because like I said, I mean, next turn I can pop a Deadly Poison on my dagger, have another 3 damage there for 2 charges, and it allows me to use other mana. So he uses Swipe on just 1 guy. That's actually great for me. And that means that we can... we don't actually need to do anything. I mean, I would pop my Deadly Poison just simply to hit him for 3, but I feel that's kind of a waste, all things considered. So what I can do instead is put out the Mogu'shan Warden and Cold Blood it.
So
But
many.
again, I don't know if that's actually worth it. I would prefer to Cold Blood the Mojang Warden. The next turn was it can attack. It does give him 5 damage if I do that, meaning that if it, if he starts wailing at it with his hero power, he's gonna take 5 damage every turn. But he could also remove it in some other way, so I don't want to waste the Cold Blood until I can actually put some use into it. So we're just gonna do that. We're gonna whack him with our dagger and pass our turn. We put out the Mojang Warden even though there's not much we want to save, simply because there's not a lot I can actually do. I don't have much. Ah, I should have used the Cold Blood in that situation. Well, I'll give him a well played with that. I'm kind of tempted to just burn and assassinate on that. Is there any way I can kill it? I can give my weapon 2 attack, does 3, and this guy is 5 health. We do have 2 assassinates, even though I would prefer to have more. No, I think we're just simply going to assassinate it and go at him. Break our weapon and pass the turn. So we're getting close to our Gruul. Gruul is going to be nice, but I don't know what he might have to be able to remove it. Silence hurts the Gruul a little bit. He's still a 7/7 to start off with, so it's decently strong. But even at 7/7, he would have to use some Starfires or Starfalls and swipes and things like that.
Sometimes.
That is a very weird move. So he gets spell power on that spell damage on the Bluegill Warrior. We get another assassinate. Doesn't really help us out that much. We can use Betrayal to deal 2 damage to that. And pop poison on our guy to kill it. Is that worth it? I mean, this isn't really a big threat, but it is a 2/5 on the field. I could just simply dagger up and kill that, but I still take some 2 damage from that. I'm still going to take 2 damage from that anyways. Maybe next turn he's going to pop more stuff on the side and I can kill them. Kind of don't like not doing anything though. Let's see. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to do it that way because that way I'm at least utilizing my cards. I don't like just passing. So we're going to open up here. We're going to Betrayal that. It's going to hit this for 2. And we're going to pop a Deadly Poison and kill that. That way we at least got rid of the highest health threat because both had the same damage potential. I do leave him with spell power, which I'm not entirely sure I should have, but I mean, considering the move that was made, I don't think that there was, much of a combo follow-up that he was trying to do. And this is where I get Star fired for 6 damage and he draws a card. So I do have an assassinate in my hand, and I also have so more spell damage coming down from his side. Okay. Huh. Do we play the Gruul here? Let's see. A backstab deals 2 damage to an undamaged minion. We can't actually kill that. We can backstab and assassinate that. 5. And that's it. What happens if we put out the Gruul here? He does have 2 spell power potential, which means that a Starfire actually... Well, it doesn't kill the Gruul, but it almost kills it. He only has 3 cards. I think I'm going to assassinate that and backstab this. And I don't want to hit him for 3. I do want to save that 3 damage for something a little bit more useful. That's why I also don't want to hit it this just, for 3 and kill it. I can't kill this even if I backstab it. That's only 5 damage. So, yeah, I'm going to assassinate this guy. Might be the wrong choice. We're going to backstab this. Remove all his spell power and pass the turn. So, this turn now I can probably drop that Gruul. And in fact, I can also give the Gruul that damage, so... Okay, well the Gruul actually dies to that, which is kind of bad for me. Did we? No, we only had one backstab. Damn, we already blew it. Damn it. Cold-like Oracle gives us cards. Yeah, I don't want to put out the Gruul because the Gruul instantly dies to the Core Hound, but the Core Hound is a very big threat. We're going to have to put out the Cold-Light Oracle and give us cards, which I don't particularly like. But I don't see much of a point, much else that I can do. Here we go, we can get rid of that Hound. So that is 4, 5, and that is comboed 6 damage. And we can get rid of the Core Hound. That's excellent. Okay, so out comes the Stormwind Knight. We use Cold Blood on it. Get rid of that. And pass our turn. We did give him 2 cards, which, you know, is kind of bad for us, but it at least gave us an option there, and we didn't have to sacrifice our Gruul. So hopefully he doesn't have any big things in his hand right now, and the Gruul is just gonna get out there and get huge. Fen Creeper. And I know take Candle. Okay, we can get rid of both of those. Those are fine. We can drop the Gruul. Oh no, damn it. Stupid spell power, he's gonna deal 2 damage and draw a card. Urgh, okay, well that throws a wrench and everything. We get Head Crack, which I guess is fine. A Mani Berserker comes out. And the Gruul. I mean, we might still do that, considering that none of them actually die, but yeah, if I had kept the Cold Light Oracle, I would have been able to drop the Gruul. Drop the Gruul. Cold-blooded the Oracle for 6, get rid of the big taunt, and hit this for, you know, with my dagger and get rid of it. But alas, that is not going to be the case here. I still think it's time for Gruul. It's the only one that can deal with it. The Amani Berserker can die to this, but I guess that's up to him if he wants to do it that way. I don't see much else that I can do. I can just simply dance around things, not even kill that guy, so no. We're going to drop the Gruul and drop the Amani Berserker and pass our turn. So that turns into an 8-8, and let's see if he can deal with it. If he can, then that's gonna be it. We are taking a little bit too long in this fight, so I think we're gonna end it after the first fight and continue on in the next episode with more fights, so yeah. Well, let's see what comes out. Cult Master. Okay, so he realizes that he's gonna lose stuff, so he wants to get as much as he can from it, and giving Death Rattle to his guys, so that's a very nice move. I'll actually give him the well play for that.
Well played.
So he can target my Amani Berserker. No, he's actually just simply gonna go straight for my guy, get himself another card. And is he gonna get another card like that? Yeah, okay, so he gets cards for everything. Goes for me. Okay, so next turn we are going to absorb damage, 4 damage to the face, because we're going to get rid of his card draw. Getting another guy, we're going to kill one with this and enrage it, so it's a threat. And we are just going to go huge with the Gruul and hit him, because he wouldn't be able to kill it straight away, I don't think so. And we're also going to put another big guy on the field, so... Okay, so yeah, first off, we absorb the damage to the face. We don't want him getting any additional cards, because that's going to give him a huge advantage. We are going to kill one of these with this, enraging it. And then the rest of them are going to stay alive, because they can't combinedly kill this guy, because he's still going to get +1 after the fact. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're gonna hit him huge, but he might be able to get rid of it. However, I don't think he's gonna want to do it, at least not directly. He's gonna have to use some spell, which he probably has in his hand, which is kind of bad for me, but it's kind of the only thing I can do. So we're going to Boulder Fist Ogre. Out it comes. We're going to Head Crack the enemy hero, hitting it for that, and we're going to give this guy +4 attack, hitting for 13. And he gets +1/+1, so he's up to 5, and I get a Head Crack back in my hand. But if he has any type of spell, he can get rid of that Gruul. But the Gruul did bring him back down to half health. There goes the Starfire, so yeah, even then I wouldn't be able to do much. Starfire dies, and that's it for me. I still have a decently big guy in the field. That's 6/7 Boulder Fist Ogre, but I think we're now in a very, very bad spot. We still have 13 cards left, and I don't think I have anything really significant there. We do have that Questing Adventurer. These two guys become taunts. He can hit one of them if he wants. Is he actually going to kill the Berserker like that? I mean, it is 5 damage, but I think he can afford it right now considering the taunts. No, he's going to sacrifice it like that. It's a little bit more reasonable. And he goes for me considering that he knows that I have to hit him back. So, okay. He's playing it very nicely there. I can hit him again for another 2. And that's about as much as I can do. I can get rid of this as well. Which doesn't matter either way which way I hit. But, yeah. I suppose we'll utilize it in the best way possible. It's just kind of bad for us. So dealing damage to him. I mean, I could hit here myself and then hit him for 6, putting him in a little bit of a tough spot. I think I'm going to do that, in fact. I'm running out of time, so yeah, we're going to hit this, get rid of it, and then hit him for 6. Make him know, like, hey, you actually have to deal with what I have right now, or you die next turn. I am down to 7. If he has another Starfire, he just hits me and hits with that, and that's it. But it would have been the same thing, you know, if I had hit. Actually, no, I already hit the 2, so I suppose that might have kept me alive, but it's, you know, it's a thread right now. I'm just telling him, like. Okay, so he heals himself up. Makes it rather annoying for me. We have only pulled one of our Mogushan Wardens, meaning that one of them is here, which could probably help us out. What else have we? That's the Questing Adventurer. Oh my god. Goes for 3, goes for 2, goes for... So we're dead in 1 turn unless we can get... yeah, unless we can get a... taunt. Okay, so this comes out. Doesn't really help us out that much, but we're going to use it anyways, just simply to draw a card. Questing Adventurer comes out. That is not what we needed. So, yeah, that's it. So, Questing Adventurer comes out. Headcrack comes out. And we go well played, and we sack ourselves against that guy. Oh, well, that was a pretty disappointing first game, but, well, I'm a pretty disappointing guy. So, we suffered a defeat with our rogue, and I don't expect it to do that well. The deck itself is pretty lame. I don't know. I'm thinking of imposing a rule on myself next time that whenever, regardless of what the other options are, as much as I like them, whenever something that says card draw comes out on as a choice, I'm going to take it, because this turn I got screwed over completely by card draw. Well, not this turn, but I mean, in this deck, I got screwed completely. I mean, all I have is the Cold Light Oracle, which is kind of bad for arenas because it also gives him cards. And constructed is kind of okay because sometimes you have, you know, your goals that you don't care what he's gonna do, you're just gonna kill him anyways. But yeah, I mean, for here, it's kind of bad because I give him cards, and then I have Fan of Knives right there, which just gives me 1. So I have 3 cards to draw, you know, in total out of the deck, so that's pretty bad. So, but hopefully we'll be able to at least get 1 win. Otherwise, I guess you're gonna know. You're gonna find out what happens when you get 0. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next round, which I'll see if I can record right now. But for now, we'll just stop it. Like I said, I don't want to go 1 hour anymore. I'll keep it around half an hour. Again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.